Welcome back to The Explainer. For all of you focused learners joining us today, get ready because we're bringing some serious energy to a topic that is both incredibly high stakes and, let's be honest, undeniably fast-paced. Today, we're unpacking a fascinating framework that maps out the intense journey of medical admissions. We're looking at a conceptual blueprint, basically a roadmap designed to take students from the sheer, crushing pressure of NEET exam prep all the way to actually stepping foot onto a medical college campus. It's a journey of massive ambition, so clear your distractions, lock in, and let's get started. Okay, let's dive right into this. Right out of the gate, we're confronted with a really direct, highly relatable question. Confused about medical admissions after NEET? It's a powerful hook, right? Because it hits on an immediate, real-world dilemma. You spend months, maybe even years, hyper-focused on clearing that exam. It takes literal blood, sweat, and tears. But then, a critical turning point hits. Clearing the exam is really just the beginning of the battle. Once you put down your pencil, a brand new, highly confusing phase kicks off. This is that exact moment where the academic grind ends and an absolute administrative maze takes over.
And that brings us to Section 1, the NEET medical dream.
Now, before we get completely lost in the weeds, we absolutely have to acknowledge the starting line here, the dream. You want to be a doctor, a dentist, or a nurse. It's this singular target fueled by massive, massive ambition. Every student jumping into this process is gunning for that highly coveted MBBS, BDS, or nursing degree. But step out of that dream and into the actual admissions process, and bam, you are immediately hit with a harsh reality. There are simply way too many colleges to choose from. And with that immense volume of choices comes serious counseling confusion. This massive clash between a clear, singular career goal and a completely chaotic selection process is where the real friction starts.
Which leads us directly into Section 2, the counseling confusion.
Just think about the reality of this phase for a second. You've done the incredibly hard work of studying, yet suddenly, out of nowhere, you're bogged down by an entirely new type of test. Sorting through actual mountains of paperwork and trying to make sense of wildly different admission criteria across countless options. It's an incredibly stressful phase that catches so many applicants completely off guard. Which brings us to a really profound piece of advice from the source material. Don't let counseling stress affect your future. It's essentially saying, hey, administrative hurdles, red tape, and having too many choices should absolutely not derail your hard work. You didn't study endlessly just to get defeated by some confusing paperwork, right?
So, how do we actually fix this? Let's transition to Section 3, the HR Consultancy Solution.
And this brilliantly illustrates how we move away from all that chaos by bringing in a structured solution. HR Consultancy is presented here as a professional guide. They essentially step in as the ultimate mentor to take that overwhelming stress and turn it into a manageable process through 4 exact pillars of support. First up, expert counseling, actually getting advice from people who understand the hidden nuances of the system. Second, college selection, filtering through that overwhelming ocean of colleges to find the exact right fit for you. Third, documentation support, directly tackling the nightmare of being buried in paperwork. And finally, admission assistance, guiding you all the way through those final critical steps. These 4 pillars take a confusing, highly stressful ordeal and literally transform it into a smooth, navigable pathway.
With that kind of solid support system in place, an entire spectrum of academic opportunities suddenly opens up. Of course, you have your traditional medicine, your MBBS, BDS, and nursing, but there are also specialized and alternative paths to consider, like BAMS, BHMS, BNYS, and BPT. And what's absolutely crucial to note here is that getting professional guidance opens up admission opportunities for these degrees, not just in India, but abroad as well. Having a guide means you aren't just limited to what's right in front of you, you're suddenly exposed to a global spectrum of medical education opportunities across all of these incredible disciplines.
Moving right along to Section 4, securing your dream seat. So, the crucial point here is how the energy builds toward the climax of the whole journey. We've gone from the initial dream, pushed through the stressful confusion of counseling, and navigated all those broad global options. Now, the focus narrows down to the ultimate singular goal, going from Step 1, NEET registration, to Step 2, grabbing the seat. The core promise highlighted here is comprehensive continuity. It's not just about giving you some quick advice and walking away. No, it's a true partnership that kicks off at the very first administrative hurdle of registration and sticks with you all the way through until that victorious final moment where you actually secure your seat in the medical college.
To make all of this entirely actionable, the framework provides the direct contact info needed to take that next step. If making that jump from confusion to clarity resonates with you, well, these are the tools to bridge the gap. We have the direct lines for Rudra Ghadge at 9867184191 and Harshal Shinde at 77458-23806. You can also reach out via email at godgarudra92@gmail.com. This is your direct call to action, handing you the exact practical resources you need to reach out and solve that medical counseling stress today.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Will you let counseling confusion block your path, or are you ready to take action and secure your dream medical seat? As we've seen throughout this explainer, the journey is undeniably complex. The paperwork is heavy and the choices are vast. But we've also seen that there is a very structured, clear pathway through it all. The choice is ultimately yours. Don't let an administrative maze stop you from achieving the medical career you've worked so incredibly hard for. Take control of your journey. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer. Keep learning, stay focused, and we will see you next time.